Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dylan James. I'm a mindset coach that loves to specifically focus on relationships. I'm laughing because I purposefully picked a thumbnail for this video where I'm giving a little bit of sass in it just to show y'all that I'm not playing. So we're going to talk about rejection in this video, and I'm going to give you that confidence and that energy that you need to get your mind out of the gutter, because I'm not here for it. And that's why I'm laughing with that thumbnail that I picked, because we can turn this all around. Okay, so anyways, remember, life is not happening to you, it is happening through you. When you become the change you seek to experience, you're going to experience that change everywhere you go. You are showing the world how to treat you based on what you believe and feel about yourself at a core foundational subconscious level, and you're creating your reality in a moment-to-moment basis, contingent on the meaning and the value that you assign to the things that are occurring around you. So if you allow how somebody is showing up in your reality and what they're saying to make you feel disempowered, or like it's never going to happen for you, or like it's just impossible, then you're putting yourself in the position to not succeed. And it doesn't have to be that way. So we can turn things around in our reality. We can definitely manifest the desired outcome that we have, whether it be in a career or in a relationship or whatever friendship, social circle, environment. But it does require you to have confidence, have the beliefs, get your feeling state in alignment, persist in a stable, mature, and knowing way. And I'm going to be approaching this topic from the scope of a relationship, because that's what my channel is primarily built around. However, it still applies for anything else. So we don't, especially people that are in businesses or entrepreneurs or any sort of work, you don't allow no to intimidate you from achieving your dreams, or at least you shouldn't, right? So it's no different in a relationship. However, we do want to make sure that we are pursuing this, manifesting this, knowing this in a very stable, mature, and confident way, not through force or manipulation or any sort of stalking or obsessive behavior. So we're going to talk about that in today's video. And the first thing that I want to start off with, okay, before I even jump into this topic fully, and I'm going to say right now why I'm talking about this topic too, because I have been seeing people that are getting results in their reality. I literally, if you follow me on Instagram, like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe like 4 days ago, I asked my followers to tell us about some of the amazing things that they've been manifesting. And I posted like 80 success stories that day. And it was like so amazing. You guys were really, I could tell that you were absorbing the content and applying it. And so many people were manifesting money. So many people successfully manifested their person. So many people successfully manifested taking their relationship to the next level. So it was really cool. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should check that out. I try and keep my story updated. Why I am doing this video today, though, is because I do see some people that are shifting their beliefs. They're shifting their feeling state. Their person shows up and the person says to them, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And that sends you straight into a spiral of, what am I doing wrong? I messed up. How can I change this? And it doesn't have to be that way. First off, you're assigning a negative meaning and value to it. And I understand this initial reaction, but it doesn't matter what they say. Okay. So if you believe that it matters, if you believe that they're telling me they never want to be with me, and you think that's how it has to be, then that's going to be your experience. Okay. But if you can go in the other direction and say, no, you actually totally like me, I'm not even going to worry about this. Sure, like I've said in videos before, sure, you don't want to be with me, right? And you can relax and sink into confidence, you're going to see that you're able to turn it around. And the first thing that I want to talk about, I think why people get stuck with this sort of reaction or this thing that can pop up in their reality, is because they're attached to the label relationship. Okay. Like when you hear, I don't want to be in a relationship with you, if your beliefs are not in alignment and your confidence is not there, that's going to really negatively trigger you and make you feel like you're kind of wrong for wanting to pursue this person or manifest this outcome. First off, what is a relationship? A relationship is a friendship with a deep connection and intimacy. Okay. So most of y'all already have a relationship. Okay. Most of you already have what you want, but it's the attachment to the label that is getting in the way. And this is really what I did at the beginning of my relationship with Adam, at least when he told me, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I didn't really care because I was like, well, we're friends, we have a deep connection and we're intimate together. So sure, you don't want a relationship, but we're already in one. Okay. I already knew like, this is a done deal. I don't really care what you have to say about this. I don't need to worry about this. I don't need to react to this. I don't need to have a deep conversation with you about why you don't want to be in a relationship with me or try and convince you as to why you should be in a relationship with me, because you're already in one. It's already going in that direction. It's done, right? So that's coming from the previous teachings on my channel. But I just wanted to start off with that because if you can ground yourself in really taking a step back from the labels, first off, ground yourself in the knowing that it's done. So yeah, this is totally happening. I don't need to worry about it. Reinforce that with your confidence and your feeling state. Then you can start to kind of look objectively at it too and say, well, all the elements are already here. So it's obviously going in that direction, even if the elements aren't there. So let's say they just showed back up in your reality and they want to hang out with you, but they're saying, I don't want a relationship. That is not permanent, you guys. You have to feel confident. So in my previous podcast that I put out a few days ago, I said, you want to align to the feeling state that you would be in before the manifestation shows up. And when you align to that feeling state, you may get the full manifestation or you may get it coming in parts. I had a really beautiful success story sent to me the other day with a client that I've been talking with for a while now. And she was frustrated at some points and really anchored down into getting into the feeling state, which she started doing bicycle classes. She started really filling her day with things that helped her feel confident. She could clearly identify like when I'm in that state and when I'm not in that state. Okay. The moment she fully anchored into that state, her person literally, I have to kind of explain the circumstances. She had somebody else that she was talking to at the time too. And she decided, you know what? Nope, I actually want my specific person. I'm going to fully believe it. I'm going to step into this feeling state. And as she was telling this other person that she didn't want to be with them anymore, her person ended up calling her in that moment and inviting her and telling her, I want you to come live with me, come spend time with me. Like it just fully kind of manifested as that end state. So no matter what result you're getting in your reality, okay, if you can reinforce your confidence in a stable, mature way, again, not in an obsessive or trying to force or manipulate an outcome, but genuinely aligning your feeling state and your confidence, you're going to see as you continue to live in that feeling state, whatever variant result that you're getting where your person shows up, but then they tell you they don't want to be with you, you're going to laugh it off and continue to live in the feeling state, enjoy their company, step into confidence and knowing and trust, and you'll see it will unfold in that direction. Okay. The feeling state is also important. I'm going to just reiterate that here again, because you have to see I said this in a previous video, what is attractive to you. Okay. So it is a mirror. So if I were to tell somebody like, hey, it's really cool to talk to you. I just want to let you know I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And without me influencing them, they were able to sustain their confidence. They were able to still be like cool with me, no pressure. They just like enjoyed my company and were always a joy to be around, and they felt attractive and desired within themselves. I would find that attractive and I would change my mind. So you have to see here too, what approach are you taking? Because if you can self-sustain your feeling state and live in that feeling state, not in a delusional way, but in a genuine, confident, I'm feeling sexy, I'm feeling desired the way I would feel if I had what I wanted, and you don't try and force anything and you just continue to allow it to unfold, knowing that you're going to get what you want, you're going to see that the rejection doesn't matter. No's don't matter. Okay. You could get a million no's. It doesn't matter. All you need is one yes. And so again, I don't say that in the sense of like you should be trying to force something. This is not about manipulation or anything like that. This has to be an actual confidence in your feeling state, in your belief system, and knowing and trusting that it's going to unfold and continuing to show up as that most attractive version of yourself. Okay. All right. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about was what I just talked about, which is persisting, right? So again, the reason why I made this video and why I'm talking about this right now is because people will get this result where maybe the person shows up and say, I don't want to be with you. And they automatically go to, what am I doing wrong? Okay. In my reality, I don't for a second think I'm doing something wrong. Okay. So you have to have, this is the creative part of consciously creating your reality. You have to believe in yourself and your ability to achieve whatever it is that you want, no matter what is presented to you. Okay. So the moment that you say, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong, I understand when you're getting a result that is not desirable in your reality, it can be distressing. But before you go online or before you start really feeding into that feeling state more and more, recognize, okay, I got thrown off a little bit. That's fine. Let me remind myself who I am. Let me pick myself up. What beliefs do I have? I'm confident, I'm stable, I'm mature. I'm always getting what I want. I always know what the solution is. I'm always moving towards the solution. I know that's done. You need to be able to step in with yourself and remind yourself who you are and trust that you can do that. There's so many things in my reality where I really consciously live what I teach. So you would never know if I'm ever in a circumstance, okay? Because I don't allow myself to even go there. I always maintain my mindset and my confidence. So, and I don't have anybody that I go to for coaching. You don't need somebody to coach you. You need to get your beliefs in alignment and believe in yourself relentlessly. Okay. And if something is important to you, then you're going to be able to persist in a way that is enjoyable. Again, here too, I just want to reiterate this. The feeling state does matter. So with whatever it is that you want to achieve, again, if it's a relationship with a specific person, if you're not feeling good, if what the approach you're taking is right now is making you feel worried and anxious all the time or obsessed and feeling like you're waiting, you need to change something. You should not be feeling that way. So it should be an expansive, joyful, confident building experience, a pleasant expectation. Okay. And if you're in a space right now where you're recluse from your reality, you're afraid to talk to people, you're feeling disconnected, and you're really in your mind about this, you really need to reassess your approach. Okay. Because the more that you can fill your day with things that align you to that end state, so joy, happiness, love, feeling desire, confident, sexy, expansive, free. Okay. And you can hold that knowing for, oh yeah, I'm going to get what I want. You're going to see it unfold. So just make sure the approach that you're taking, you're able to persist in a way that is enjoyable. Okay. The last thing that I want to talk about here, again, this just reiterates the feeling state. The other thing that I'll see people do is they're getting their beliefs in alignment and they're filling their day with activities that are helping them feel good. And they do this for a period of time. And then they stop and they say, where is it? Okay. I understand. Okay. I've gone through this process before where I'm like, I know exactly how this works. Okay. I'm living in the feeling state. What's going on? If you're getting frustrated that way, first off, you need to recognize that there has to be some sort of time urgency, doubt, or fear that's going on that's causing you to think, where is it? Okay. So something is off in your approach, you're not being fully honest with yourself about something. Okay. And you have to really check yourself on that. The other thing is, again, I made a post in my community tab and on my Instagram about what is important to you. Okay. So when I decide something's really important to me in my reality, I'm able to kind of like flip this switch in my mind where I drop the time, I drop like really the focus on the circumstances, and I'm able to really hone in on my feeling state and trust that I'm going to be able to achieve what I want. So the moment that you are going through this process and then you're feeling like you're checking on it or saying, where is it? There is some form of like negative attachment that's going on there. The best way that I've approached this in my reality is when I notice that's occurring and it's knocking my feeling state out of alignment, I deliberately drop the topic. Okay. Again, I've talked about this on my channel before. It's not obsessively focusing on something that causes it to manifest. It's not, affirming all day long. Yes, you want to shift your self-concept. That's what the belief tracks are for at nighttime, but it's an actual alignment to the feeling state. So when you find yourself questioning, where is it? You're still, in my opinion, waking up each day feeling like you're waiting for something, and you're telling yourself you're not waiting for something, and you're doing these activities to try and make yourself feel better, but you're still waiting. Okay. And that's why you're getting this, where is it going on in your awareness? You have to genuinely align to the feeling state. So I do want to talk about something here too, especially when it comes to materializing a relationship, because there is a tendency or an affinity to fall into obsession easily. Okay. And I'm not saying this negatively. Obsession is not a negative thing, but it's going to really negatively affect your feeling state if you're not feeling fully confident, secure, stable, knowing, trusting. So I've said in the past, okay, and I'm going to say this here, this is not going to apply to everybody, okay? So you don't have to do this, but if you find yourself really, really attached, okay, I've said in the past, if you want to be with somebody, I do not suggest that you date other people, because it's going to set you up in a way where you're going to get yourself into a potentially messy situation. However, I will say this, we want to make sure that you're genuinely aligned to that feeling state. So if it helps you feel desired and sexy and chosen and wanted to allow other people to flirt with you or take you out on dates, and it drops the focus and allows for you to actually align to that feeling state, then do it. Allow yourself to have fun. There should be no limits in what you're creating. Just be aware that when you're doing that, you make sure, if you choose to do that, you make sure that you communicate like, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious, because you don't want to get yourself in the position where people get feelings and then you get feelings and then your person shows back up and it's just a mess. Okay. So that's my only kind of feedback with that approach. You don't have to do that. You can totally align to the feeling state without doing that, by just picking activities that help you feel that way throughout the day. Just make sure that you're aware of any sort of waiting feelings or feeling states or awareness, because if you're doing all of this to shift your feeling state, but you still feel like you're waiting for something or questioning where it is, then you want to make sure that you're actually fully aligning to that feeling state. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to end this again on the premise that no, it doesn't matter. And I'm not talking about this in a forceful way. I'm not talking about this showing up at somebody's house and being like, you can't tell me no, you're going to totally be with me. Please don't do that. Okay. What I'm saying is, if you can reinforce your confidence and your feeling state and prioritize having fun and feeling good the way you would feel if you had what you wanted, then you're going to see that no really quickly changes into a yes. Okay. So no's don't really mean anything in your reality. You are the deciding factor. You have to assign the meaning and the value to the things that are occurring around you. So if you feel constantly intimidated or knocked down at the sight of rejection, you need to work on confidence beliefs. Okay. And I have 2 tracks on my channel for confidence. There's one that I made a few months ago that is confidence for work, love, and money. And then I just put out another affirmation track for physical glow up, which that one also does focus on a lot of elements surrounding confidence. So if you find that you get triggered at the sight of no's very quickly, don't react to that. Ask yourself, okay, well, do I actually feel confident? Why am I so triggered by this? What beliefs do I need to work on? And start to implement things that build your confidence. Okay. Because you're the deciding factor. What do you want? If something's important to you, don't just give up on it. Okay. Don't just let it know. Be like, okay, guess I'm going to have to settle for something else. So I was talking about my post on my community tab, excuse me, where I think a lot of people in the world are hurt because they're giving up on the people that they love and the dreams they have and the careers that they love because they're getting no's and they're getting intimidated by the challenges presented to them. And through giving up on the things that you love, what ends up happening is like you lose this zest for life and you start to feel defeated and like you have to settle for things that you don't actually like. It doesn't have to be that way. Okay. You can turn situations around. You just want to make sure that you're taking an approach that can actually get you there. So a lot of people, when they experience this, this is especially for like breakups. When people experience breakups and the other person moves on to somebody else, it's because that person decides, oh, I can't be with them. I'm going to move on. And they're sad and they're dwelling in that energy and that feeling state. And they see that person get with somebody else. And it just creates this whole storyline. What you want to do is know you're not going to entertain this story of like, oh, poor me, they don't want to be with me, they're going to be with somebody else, I'm not good enough, etc., etc., etc. You want to go in the direction of, nope, I'm totally the best, they want me and only me, I'm not even worried about this, I'm going to build my beliefs and create a feeling state that is in alignment with how I would feel if I had the relationship here, and hold this knowing. And you're going to see your story doesn't have to be your person ends up leaving and going getting with somebody else. So you're the deciding factor. What do you want? If it's important for you, if it's important enough to you, if you really love somebody, then do it. If you don't actually love them, then this approach is still going to work, because as you build your own beliefs and you nurture your feeling state, you'll probably attract somebody else in that you do actually love. So either way, it's a win-win situation. Okay. Just make sure whatever approach you're taking, you're feeling good. You're having fun. You're feeling confident. You're not dwelling. You're not sitting here reclusing yourself. You're working on your beliefs and you're living in a pleasant expectation. Okay. Alrighty. I hope you all have a lovely night. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the thumbs up, and I will see you later.